Are you a professional woman who wants to create passive income streams and financial freedom through real estate investing? Join us here on Real Estate Investor Goddesses, hosted by Monick Halm. Listen to women who are rocking it in real estate investments as they share their stories of success, failures, and best advice in real estate investing. Start creating real wealth through real estate. Tune in today. Here's your host, real estate investor, syndicator, and developer, Monick Halm.
Welcome to the Real Estate Investor Goddesses podcast. I'm your host, Monick Halm. On this show, we interview badass female real estate investors, women that are crushing it in the real estate investing space. And my guest today is certainly no exception. I am super excited to have with us Mikala Martin. She's a proud public service expert, real estate agent, and Boston mom, as she likes to call it. She's worked in fields such as education and social work for over 10 years, and she serves as a mentor and tutor providing services to youth involved with the court system. She also works as an outreach specialist, connecting individuals with behavioral services and helping them achieve their desired goals. So she's definitely into serving the community, but she also thrives in the realm of real estate. She's a real estate agent and she's an investor. She is the CEO and owner of She Buys. Yes. Super excited to have her with us. Welcome, Mikala.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, how did you get started in real estate investing?
So, honestly, it kind of stemmed from a few different places. So, my mom was a real estate agent at one point. My grandfather was an investor before he passed away. So, he was into buying property and owning land. So I kind of had that knowledge and information, but just in terms of creating and being or owning She Buys, my best friend is my broker. So she's a real estate agent. And then I had girlfriends from high school who we often had the conversation about real estate and investing. And it was just kind of like a little light bulb that just went off like, okay, we're going to all do this together and we're going to succeed at it. So it was it's like family, friends, and knowledge and information just all came together at perfect timing. And I decided, yeah, I'm going to be a part of that and I'm going to be good at it too.
I love that. So tell me more about She Buys. What is that exactly?
She Buys is an all-female African-American investment team. We do have some real estate agents that are a part of our company. However, for the most part, we're just all investors. So we work as investors, we work with investors, wholesaling, fix and flipping, renting. Our ultimate goal is to own like over 200 buildings together at She Buys LLC that we rent as a part of our rental portfolio. But yeah, the real goal is generational wealth. That's kind of what brought us all together.
I love it. So tell me about your first real estate investment purchase. What was that property?
My first real estate investment wasn't necessarily a purchase. It was a wholesale deal that we did together as She Buys. And it was just and honestly, it happened, I want to say like after 2 months of being in business. So it was just kind of like the green light to go, you know? It was a gentleman, he was in the process of facing foreclosure at the time. Okay. And we came in and we were able to help him, prevent the foreclosure. He also walked away with some money in his pocket, like over $90,000. He had some equity in his home. So that was the first deal for us. And that was kind of like the yay moment for all of us. Like, we can definitely do this. Like, we don't have to stop here. Like, literally whatever we say we're going to do, that's what's going to happen. And so that's just where we've been from there.
Amazing. And when did you start?
We have been in business since 2018.
Okay. So a couple of years now. So you've been wholesaling. Have you purchased anything yet?
We have not. Our goal is to make our first major purchase this year.
Okay. So far you've been wholesaling. That's amazing. And so you're looking to purchase this year. What are you looking to buy?
Our first goal is to purchase a fix and our first purchase will be a fix and flip. So we plan to do our first fix and flip this year. We've been working. We've done a lot of, connecting investors to properties and, playing that part of the game, building our capital, like a lot of investment companies do. So we've been doing that heavily for the past 2 years, and we put ourselves in position to make our first purchase together.
Awesome. So you've been at it a couple of years now, and I love that you're working with women, and you just created this, which is, I think, how we most thrive. All right, so I always ask every guest I have, what was your biggest mistake and what did you learn from it?
At this point, because we're so soon in, we haven't really faced our major mistake yet. It's kind of like everything we've written and planned and manifested our goals to do, they have kind of been aligned. So we haven't really hit that, and I don't want to. I'm not going to claim it. We're just going to let that go. But it's kind of just been going as planned and on schedule for what our goals were. The biggest challenge probably would just be like, we're 13 women in one group, all very smart, very opinionated, very bright women. So just maybe just like always being on the same accord. So it's not really a challenge. It's more so what has helped us to grow is just being able to best communicate and execute our plans and goals together.
So how do you do it with you said 13 different people?
13.
So how do you make decisions? How did you structure it so that it's not chaos?
Well, we kind of already had our identified leaders because two of us were, more knowledgeable than the others at the time of organization. But as we all have, grown and gained knowledge, it's kind of just like we have one goal, generational wealth. And that just kind of keeps everything going and moving for us, is that we know what we came together to do and what our ultimate goal is, as a team. So yeah, we stay focused, we communicate effectively, we share information and knowledge with each other. If one of us fails, then we all fail. So we know that, what I'm saying? We're a team.
This is so interesting. So in terms of wholesaling, how do you work together as a team? Are different people,
so everybody has
different roles? Or
yeah, we all have different roles. So we have like our director of marketing, our director of community engagement. We have different tasks that each individual, or specialties that each individual has, that allows us to flourish and thrive. So that was kind of like in the beginning phases of it all. Like, what are your strong suits? What's going to be your thing that you have that's going to take us to the next level? Or what do you have to contribute that's going to take us to the next level? And honestly, just being like really honest with yourself. Like, it's one thing to say you want to do something or you like the idea of it, but it's another thing to like actually commit yourself to it and be a part of it, again, with 13 other females, and decide this is the route I'm going to take to get it done, because it gets done on its own, all the time. But
yeah,
it was just, is that going to get edited out? Because I've lost track of.
We could. Okay, let's start over. Let's see, what was that question? I think I was asking, like, how do you all work together? There are 13 of you, so how do you all work together so that it's not complete chaos?
Oh, okay. I think I answered that for the most part, though. So I think
you did. I just wanted you to answer again so we can have a clean recording.
Okay.
All right. So okay. So how do you the 13 of you work together so it's not complete chaos?
Well, we all know what our best suited roles are. That was kind of like the beginning of everything for us. Just knowing where we stood and what our strongest suits were, and what do you have to bring to this team so that we will flourish and thrive. And also just being very honest about where we stood. it's one thing to say you want to be a part of the team or have the idea that you want to be a part of something, but to actually be involved with it and be committed to it and stick to that, that's kind of what keeps our momentum going. I mean, I think with any company or any business, there's always, not necessarily disagreements, but different opinions or different ideas about the way things should be done. But as always, our main goal has always and will always be that we want to have generational wealth and have things that we are able to leave behind to our children and their children and those children. And we kind of keep that as our center focus for what we're trying to do here.
That's really great. It's great that you have 13 people that have all showed up and been dedicated. So what are you most proud of?
I'm proud of She Buys. I'm proud of life. I'm proud of my amazing child. I'm proud of my ambition. But the most, it's hard for me to put a cap on something as being the most when there's just,
Well, how about with regards to your real estate investing? What are you most proud of?
That I'm still in the game, even right now during COVID. Like, it hasn't stopped. Things have continued to go. And I think that that's based off of my decision that I wasn't going to allow COVID to stop what I was trying to do. I felt like I was very much so in control of that. So, and those powers that be. But yeah, I'm happy and I'm proud that I didn't allow a pandemic to stop the goals that I set for myself for my real estate company. And
I love that. And to what do you attribute your success?
I have an amazing team, and I am just truly blessed to have supported people in my corner. Referrals are always your best friend. So just knowing that the work that I've done, other people are pleased and satisfied with it to the point that they, want to recommend me to someone else and say, hey, that's the girl you want to go to, whether it's real estate purchase for sale for residential or investing, whatever it is, they know or they felt comfortable or pleased enough to recommend me to someone else. So that's like always a big plus for me.
Love that. And what advice do you have for a woman who's just starting out in this field?
Bet on yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Bet on yourself. You have to trust yourself. When I started in this, I was working for the government. I had a full-time 9-to-5. I decided, and I'm talking, like a job that I actually wanted. Like, once I get this job, I'm gonna be secure. I'm not gonna need no other job. This is it. I'm gonna be able to retire from this. And I kind of felt like it put a cap on what I could gain and what I could be and provide for myself and my family. So that's exactly what I did. I bet on myself. And it's going to be some people questioning your decision that you're making and asking, you sure about that? That's the route you want to go. You got a good job. You're not doing too bad. And that's cool. Not bad is cool, but I want more than I could imagine, and I feel like I'm deserving of that. So yeah, bet on yourself, trust in yourself, know that you are definitely capable of doing it. Now, not just because you said it, but because you're going to go and do it. It can come with some hustle and some grind too, but definitely. Yeah.
I love that. So 2 more questions before we come to our famed end of show Trinity, but what do you wish you'd known at the beginning that you now know?
What do I wish I knew in the beginning that I now know? That I can do it. I think in the beginning I was like it was a new world for me, I mean, my mom had done it. I saw her doing it, but seeing her doing it and actually doing it is 2 different things. My best friend did it, but helping her do something or being, there along the way is totally different from doing it. So now it's on me. Like, I'm the person they're relying on. They're asking me questions, so it would just be that you got it. You can get this done. It's nothing to be afraid of. Bet on yourself. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. And before we get into the Trinity, how can people reach you and find out more about what She Buys and what you're doing?
We have a website, which is SheBuysLLC.com. We also have an Instagram at She Buys LLC. You can also find me on Instagram at Mikala M Realtor. And I think that's all of my handles and hashtags.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so now it's time for the Trinity, which is a brag, a gratitude, and a desire. So what's one thing you're celebrating right now? What's your brag?
My brag is that I'm still getting to the bag. Like, it has not stopped. I've been asking and I've been receiving. I've been extremely blessed throughout this pandemic. And that's my brag. Like, yeah, the light's still on. See, I got my little, yes. And yeah, that's the ultimate brag is my blessings. Like, for sure.
Well bragged. And what's one thing you're grateful for?
For life, for the ability to be here and go after and achieve these goals. I'm grateful for my clients. I'm grateful for the people who believe in me. Oh, you said one thing. I'm not good with one thing. So I like lots of things.
I love it. You're so grateful. Beautiful. Sure. And what's one thing you desire?
One thing I desire is a bigger family, to leave all these great things I'm accomplishing too. So that's one of the things. That's my personal desire, not like a real estate desire, but sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so shall your desire be, or so much better than you can imagine.
Thank you so much. And I received that.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your beautiful energy. And
thank you so much. Thanks for sharing yours from miles and miles away.
It was great. So y'all, you can reach Mikala at She Buys LLC on the social and SheBuysLLC.com and at Mikala M Realtor on Instagram as well. You can reach me at the real estate investor or reigoddesses.com and at reigoddesses on all social media. Join us on there. You can get into our community of women from all over the world who are investing in real estate and supporting one another. So join our sisterhood there and subscribe to the podcast, like, share with all your girls, and join us next time for another Real Estate Investor Goddess podcast interview. Bye-bye.
You have just listened to another episode of Real Estate Investor Goddesses, a show dedicated to sharing stories of women creating real wealth through real estate. If you found value on what you just heard, feel free to share with your friends. Visit us at reigoddesses.com to learn more about our programs and live events, as well as to access other resources. Until next time.